Hi, this is Elvina, and I want to share the instructions for another one of my card kit class cards. This is a split front card, and even if you didn't participate in my card class, you'll still know how to make one if you watch this video. So this is how it opens, and I think this is why it's called a split front or a floating front. I'm just calling it a split front. But as you can see, this bottom piece is attached only by the middle accent piece. Okay, so now my lady's got either mint macaron or mossy meadow cardstock, and then various designs for their layers and their accents. But to just let me just tell you what you need for this card. Like I just called it a split front card. So your card base is going to be 5.5 by 5.5. It starts out as a square, scored at 4 1/4. Your bottom piece, which is this piece down here, is 5.5 by 1 3/4. That's a little bit big. It doesn't leave a lot of room in the middle. So I think I would actually do it at 1.5 instead. Then your coordinating attached piece, this piece that holds it all together, is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. 2 5/8 wide, 3 5/8 long. And then you've got your designer paper, which is 1/4 inch smaller. So that's going to be 2 3/8 by 3 3/8, 1.5 by 5 1/4, and 1 inch by 5 1/4. Okay. And then your die cuts and your stamps or whatever you're using. But that's basically what you need to make this card. To make it horizontally anyway. Okay, so what I do is I actually go ahead and cut my sheet of cardstock in half. That's 8.5 by 11. So I cut it in half so I have a 5.5 piece by 8.5. And then what I do is I just cut it at 5.5. So let me lay it down here. Put it over here to 5.5. See if I can see what I'm doing here. Cut it. And then I score it. I guess I'll do it down here. Score it at 4 1/4. So bring it to 4 1/4 and score it with the scoring blade. So now I have my card that I'm going to use, and then I have this extra piece. That's where I get my 1 3/4 from. So 1 3/4. We'll cut that, and then you have an extra piece for something else. Okay, so this is these pieces that I need for the card. And then I have my connecting piece. And I decided to do something a little different. I gave everybody the mint macaron or the mossy meadow, but I'm going to use the brighter, I just want to use the colorful side. So I'm going to put this piece. This is my designer piece. It's a 1/4 inch smaller on both sides. I'm going to stick it down on the top because I kind of want to see how this will look. I didn't need quite that much on there, but that's what I put on. Okay. Anyway, so let me stick this down here. Center it in there. Okay. And then I want to decide, okay, I'm going to put this here. I'm going to lay this here. I'm just kind of eyeballing right now. I'm not assembling it. I'm trying to decide if I want to put it this way. This is the designer paper. See, so you've got two sides. So you have to decide which way you want it. Do I want it like that? And then this way. Whoops. Or this way. I'm thinking, because I'm going to put cactus on here, I think that this side will be too busy to put all my stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this on here. with this side up. Okay, I'm using the Stampin' seal, so I don't need as much as I did with the snail. Okay, let me get this centered, stick that down. Okay, and then I'm going to put my my cactus on here. And I want to put it up kind of towards the top, not all the way to the top, but up towards the top, and just a little bit. And then I have put dimensionals on the back of my other cactus and my flowers. So I'm going to peel the backs off. Nope, that one's gone. Peel this one off and stick it on. Oop, there we go. Stick this on here. That looks kind of good. They're stuck on there. Okay, I just wanted to pop that up a little bit. Okay, now once again, I'm going to bring it over here and lay it down and see what I think. Let's see, do I like it better this way or the other way? You know, I think I like it this way. I just want it to be kind of a bright card. So I'm going to put this paper on this side. Okay, so let me stick that down. And then it's coming the part of assembling it, which is the part that can be just a little bit tricky. So that's why I wanted to show you about putting this together. Okay, so let me get this centered on here and stick it down. And then I know I'm just laying this together here, that I'm going to have an overlap there and an overlap there. So I've got room to put a couple rows of the tape here, a couple rows here. So let me go ahead, stick some tape on here. So I'm going to do it right up by the top, and then I'm just doing a second one close. And then same way with the bottom, I'm doing one right close to the bottom and another one fairly close. Okay, now to make sure I get this even, I take and kind of jog, I hold this piece, jog it down to the bottom and hold it so it's over to the sides, because this is the piece that can shift on you and you don't want that to happen. Okay, now I can put it on either side, but I'm just going to hold it here and I'm going to stick it on the top and the bottom. There. Now your card is together and you don't have it overlapping or crooked. If you tried to stick this down and then attach this piece to it, it might go crooked. Okay, now I'm going to put a little flower on there. So let me see if my glue, if I can get my glue out here. Whoops, there it came. So I'm going to put some glue on my flower and stick it at the top of this cactus. There. I'll use a purple one. Okay. Now, then I can just go ahead and do what I want to do on the inside. So I'm thinking that I want this cactus to show through just a little bit, and I'm going to have a couple flowers on it. So I see where I want it. So I'm going to, that way I can still sign underneath it if I want. Just a little bit. Okay, so close it again. Yeah, I want it to stick like this. Okay, that's where I'm going to put that. As on this one, I put it down further, and then I had the just thinking of you to show through. See, I can also put a greeting across here if I want. Okay, now I'll stick one flower I'm just going to stick on the cactus down here. And this one I want to pop up. So I'm going to put a little dimensional behind it. I've got one of the mini dimensionals. Stick that there, because this is going to show through the center of the card. Let me stick this flower up here. And see, that shows through there too. All right. Isn't that just kind of cute? You could do that with anything. I've done this with the puppies, and I've done it with um, the houses at Christmas time. Anyway, how easy was that to put together? Just pretty quick and easy split front card. Thanks for watching. Bye.